Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Come to you live from the outskirts, and that's the Gaming Saloon for July 6th, 2024, with your host, Peace Rocket 2448 and Rampant Epsilon.
Hi.
We have just a handful of news to talk about because it has been a quiet couple of weeks in the video games. No comment on that fact.
No, not really.
But yeah, it's just a little bit of his stuff here and there. But first, tell me what you've been playing the last couple of weeks.
Not really much of anything outside of today, getting Cage 2 set up and then doing some festival.
I've seen talk of just Odyssey in general in the Archipelago Discord. Well, the manual Discord, mind you. I don't know if yours was needing updating or something, just talking about in general, just coalescing all of the Odyssey stuff there into one.
I think it's been kind of condensing all of it there.
Fair. Well, I did a couple hours on stream, and I've done several hours afterwards, but I have tried the new Hoyoverse game, Zenless Zone Zero. I like it. I enjoy it. I know some people aren't super on board with it for some reason. Like, I guess to set it up, it's Hoyoverse's new, essentially, gacha game. It's a character action game. You pick 3 characters and you kind of go into combat against enemies, and the characters are fairly simple because they have a basic, they have a special that you charge with basic attacks, and then you have a super, but the super you charge off kind of a combo meter, and the super is shared. So you have to pick a character to use their super with to use the super. So you don't get like 3 different supers at once. At least at the moment. There might be some game mode that later down the line where it's like, oh yeah, no, everybody gets the super all at once. But it's fairly simple. Like, your basic attack is like a 4-hit combo on every character, but some characters you can either hold or mash on like one of the hits to do like to have a modifier. Like, it's pretty simple, all things considered. This isn't a Devil May Cry or a Bayonetta, but also this is a gacha game on your phone. I don't know what you would be expecting, if I'm being honest. But it's serviceable enough because since you're playing 3 characters, the game wants you to swap between those characters fairly quickly. So you like do like your basic string for the first character, you swap to the next character, do their string, and by then you'll have built up like an elemental like break on the enemies, and that kind of triggers this kind of like hot tag attack with like 2 to 3 of your team members to do like big damage, and then you follow up on that. But I've really enjoyed the gameplay once I figured that part out of just like, oh, I should be swapping all the time because that is how the game is built. That's what I'm supposed to do, is just swap, like punch enemies, swap, punch enemies, swap. Like, I'm kind of juggling characters rather than juggling the enemy. But otherwise, it's fun and cool. The story and character stuff is not quite clicking right now, but it wasn't quite clicking at the start for Honkai Star Rail for me, so I'm kind of okay with that. Because like Heart of Space Station and Honkai Star Rail, where you start that game, is not the most interesting thing in the world, and like the start of Urello 6, which is like the next area you go to, is not that great either. The game kind of doesn't find its footing until a little bit after that, and then it starts like hitting. And I feel like this game probably will just do the same of just like, oh, it has a fairly slow, like, basic start, but once it finds its footing, it'll, like, go and go hard, hopefully. yeah, I kind of recommend it. I know some other people are just not super hot on it. I guess because the combat is not quite what they want, and story and character stuff is not quite what they want, which is fine. It's a free to play gacha game. You can just walk away from this and be okay with it. I've got the Ace Attorney manual updated. It has all of, well, I will say 90% of the dialogue options removed. The only dialogue options that remain are all the ones in the first case, because otherwise I'd literally be cutting the first case in half in terms of checks, which I kind of don't want to for balancing purposes. And then any of the dialogue checks that require, that had like logic attached to it, in terms of like you needed a piece of evidence for this dialogue choice, I left those in just so that there is like those logic gates essentially for the manual. It seemed to run pretty well. It seems like we're okay. I still have to do a run of it to see how it goes. I also still need to put in case 5. Also, it is at 2 case completions, and it might unfortunately end up being the same 2 case completions. I'm not sure. It's one of those I probably have to like run like 20 seeds and then see which 2 case completions it picks like across 20 seeds and see what the average is on that. Because I'm worried it's gonna be like you're always gonna have to do the first case and then whichever the other cases after that.
It might not.
Yeah, we're working on those. Also, hoping to hear back from an interview I had Tuesday. If not, then, well, I was going to an open interview stuff next Tuesday anyway, so we'll see how all that goes. I also, because of a conversation on the Discord, in a Discord I'm in, I made a modification to my writer tier list. It is probably the one and only exception I will ever do in this sort of situation.
Okay.
So you know how Hibiki was like decent to all right for like those first 29 episodes, and then Inoue stepped in and the show shat the bed so goddamn hard it drove us away within like a week and a half?
Yeah.
So I've split Hibiki down across those 2 matters and then ranked them accordingly. So now there is the non-Inoue Hibiki that is 1 through 29, and then there is the Inoue Hibiki that is 30 through 36. For those wondering where everything ended up, because this is on my Twitter, Blue Sky, whichever one you desire. 1 through 29 Hibiki leads the more bad than good, because I feel like it kind of leads that group. It's like the closest I feel like to a show that I'm like, I would like to really like this show, but it just doesn't quite come together. Like it's missing something. And then 30 through 36 goes directly in the dumpster after the first and the next, because it's kind of at the start of the things I really despise. I think it gets to lead that little pack of 4 now because it's the least amount of material we had to watch of those 4 that was really bad. Because it's 6 episodes and I'm like, those 6 episodes are bad, but all of these are worse because I had to watch more of it. Also, people, because I posted this elsewhere, people keep being surprised of me putting Dragon Knight above Ryuki so hard.
I mean, it's a better show. Sorry, I said that out loud, didn't I?
Yes. I mean, I don't care. I think it's a better show. we're close to Gotchard ending, so Gotchard will get ranked in the next like couple months. I really need to sit down and like work my way through enough of Kiva and Fies that I feel satisfied putting it somewhere. I'll be honest, they're probably not going to make it very high. The two different times I've tried to watch Kiva did not go well, and then the one time I tried to watch Fives also did not go well, and they are both in a way written shows. So I'm like, I'm gonna hate both of these shows. They're gonna go right in the dumpster next to the other in a way show that I really don't like. Probably. I'm just gonna fill out the dumpster a little bit more. And I guess I gotta grab Gavu's logo at some point and add to this. I don't think. I wonder if the Commander Wiki has like pulled that out and put it somewhere. Oh, fantastic! They have it already. Great. Also, the best thing in the world, I have an add-on that lets me bypass all those WebP, WebG extension nonsense and just let me save images as PNGs regardless of what it is. It's amazing. I guess any other thoughts, anything else before we get into news?
No.
All right, then. You remember Exoprimal? The not Dino Crisis game?
Kind of. I think didn't we have a problem with it working when we tried to do it before, though?
Maybe? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I don't think we ever really actually tried to play this game.
I know we talked about it.
Well, it's in a probably not great sign. It is nearing the end of its seasonal content. Title update for, to quote the Twitter, all planned Exoprimal seasonal content is now complete. They don't say what's following up from this. But yeah, it seems like Exoprimal has not done super well and probably will join the pile of live service games that are dead from not too long, probably. How do you feel?
I mean, meh.
I mean, same. I never, like, it seemed cool enough, but I never had that hard of a drive to like play the not Dino Crisis game. And oh look, it's not Dino Crisis, which is what everybody wanted, and you sold them a live service game that was kind of okay at best. Well. So yeah, there goes Exoprimal. And other Capcom related news, how do you feel about a Dead Rising remake, remaster, kind of, sort of?
Maybe.
How would you like another variation of remaster, remake? Because I swear people try to interchange those all the time, and it annoys me to no end whenever someone calls something a remaster when it's a remake, or when it calls something a remake when it's a remaster. That might just be me, but anyway, Dead Rising, the original Xbox 360 release featuring Frank West, will be getting what is dubbed a deluxe remaster. Essentially, gameplay wise, it's not being touched at all outside of some quality of life changes. It will still be the basic same game that came out back on the 360. The only difference is it has the nice little upgrade in fidelity and stuff, even though Frank West looks wrong. Something is not right with this model of Frank West, and I don't know what it is. Something's just not right. but it's being remade in RE Engine, so it has this upgrade graphically, and it will have pre-order bonus costumes and some other stuff. But basically, it is Dead Rising, but fresh coat of paint, a fancy fresh coat of paint. And it is slated to come out September 19th specifically for a digital version. I guess a physical release might follow later, might not. I would not guarantee that. So how do you feel about Deluxe Remaster Dead Rising?
Meh. Because the remaster kind of deal.
Yeah. I'm updating my tier list in the background. It seems fine. Like, some of the quality of life changes seem okay, but I'm also like, people know this has a time limit on it, right? In-game, like there's an in-game time limit. How many people are going to walk into this and not know that and then get sideswiped by that and just go, oh, fuck that thing. So I swear people complain about that game mechanic. Well, yeah. Anything else before we move on?
Nah.
All right, then. Something Devil Spidey actually brought up in chat the other day. George R.R. Martin, one of the writers on Elden Ring, or I don't think he's a writer. I think he like supervised like the lore and stuff, like the world building, and then the proper writing was done in-house at FromSoft. But he has hinted at a movie or TV adaptation of the Elden Ring. How do you feel about a movie or TV series of a Souls game?
It might actually work. The Souls games are usually story-driven anyhow.
Yeah, I guess my only problem is just like, okay, your main character is, you know, voiceless, nameless, nothing protagonist, so you can pretty much fill in the protagonist with whatever and whoever you want. But also, all they really do is go about kill stuff, because like the main plot of any Souls game is you go about killing things, because the basic plot of every Souls game, like the real interesting stuff, has already happened. You're just walking about in the aftermath of it, cleaning up. That'd be my only concern of just like, if they're gonna make an Elden Ring.
But, okay. Think about this, though. You could treat it the same way. You could treat it even to a point where you don't know who the final bad guy would be. And make it like a mystery kind of deal. Where your main character's having to go around and clean up this mess because they don't know what happened.
That would work. That would be cool.
It would be something that still would hold true enough to the source material, and that people that might catch the Easter eggs along the way would probably be able to be like, oh, okay, this is following this game. But it would be different enough to possibly catch new people into it overall, too.
Yeah.
You know, basically, thing that, you know, so many others should have done.
Yeah, I think it helps that Elden Ring, I think, has the most, like, forward or front-facing, like, characters that talk to you about stuff.
Well, I mean, it could really be done with any Souls-like game. Truthfully.
Well, I just mean there is someone there in the know to talk to the main character to help them through this. There is someone for the main character to ask questions of when we need exposition, and that would probably help a lot. When there are things that need to be explained, but there's no real good organic way of doing it outside of just someone talks about it.
True.
Yeah, I guess anything else on an Elden Ring adaptation of some variety?
No.
All right, then Nintendo in their earnings call recently talked about generative AI and essentially went, nope, we're not dealing with that. That's a can of worms we're not fucking with. Because generative AI requires training on a data set, and that data set can and will be, as we've seen, copyrighted material that did not agree to be used as data for your generative AI. Nintendo has went, nah, we're not dealing with that. Nah, fuck that bullshit. Good on them. That's a good decision. Thank you. I appreciate that. Any thoughts?
No.
All right, then next up is the thing I'm bringing up because I've seen it because I'm in Transformer circles. How do you feel about a hybrid racing third-person shooter game with roguelite elements featuring Transformers?
I
feel bad.
I don't know.
Don't feel bad. I don't either. This trailer doesn't help at all because I don't quite understand. Like, okay, so you have your Autobots and Decepticons as vehicles and they're racing each other. But then they go to segments where they transform into their robot modes and shoot at each other. But then they go back to the racing part, and in the descriptions for this, it says it has roguelike elements. Well, roguelite elements. And I'm like, how does any of this function together? Help. Also, this is coming from publisher-wise, because I want to make this distinction because people keep saying this is coming from who was, I may get their name real quick. Outright Games. Outright Games is the publisher of this. They are not the developer of this. The developer is 3D Clouds. There is a difference. I get annoyed about that, unreasonably so, every time people are like, oh, Outright Games is making the game. And I'm like, no, they're not. They are the publisher. They do not make the game. They publish the game. That is a key difference. Just because Outright Games is known for publishing schlock does not mean they're the ones making the schlock. They're the ones putting it in a box and putting it on people's shelves. That's a difference. An important difference, but a difference nonetheless. But yeah, I don't understand this game, and the trailer doesn't really help in like puzzling this one out. I saw some people suggest that this might be a live service game, and it doesn't really seem like it's a live service game. I don't think Outright has like the infrastructure and the money to bankroll a live service game, to be honest. I think this is just a super basic like license schlock, I feel like. I don't know. How do you feel seeing the trailer?
I don't know either.
I will give them credit. They have hit the gameplay really well because I am confused. I'm like, how does this work? Why does what is the... You have put together a terrible trailer to showcase this game. Also, because of this, people are bringing up the Transformers reactive game that is coming from the one studio that has like delisted the trailer, except they didn't delist the trailer. They just privated, or they just, yeah, they delisted the trailer, but the links and stuff are still up on it, and their website still advertises that they're working on the game. Which feels like it's a, oh, look, a game is in development. Hell, the fuck you say? No, that's impossible. That doesn't happen all the time. I literally in a comment section went, you know, my best advice? Forget this game exists. Forget about it. Forget the Transformers Reactive got announced. Forget about it until something of value comes up. Because if all you do is care about this game and beg for information on it, you will drive yourself insane. You will literally drive yourself insane. You have to realize that with how games are right now, some studios will just put out that they're working on a game and then not tell you anything for like 3 years. That is just how the industry works right now. So forget about that game. Forget it exists. Move on with your life, please. But any other thoughts?
No.
All right, then. Summer Games done quick because I don't think we got to talk about the schedule when it was first posted, and it's almost over. So
pretty much go check the YouTube and you'll find most of it there.
I think they're caught up to like maybe the run that just happened. Let me look. Yeah, they have the second to last run that just happened up. They don't have the Mario Maker run that just happened, and they don't have the Elden Ring run that is currently happening as we're speaking, which is the second to last run of the marathon itself. They are ending off with a SMRPG remake run. But yeah, SGDQ happened this week. They are currently standing at $1.8 million raised for Doctor Without Borders. This marathon during the Sekiro run marks the $50 million mark in terms of raising money for charity overall across all of their marathons and across all of the charities that they have done marathons for, which is a staggering number to put in perspective of just like $50 million has been raised from folks just playing video games really good, really fast. And sometimes not even really fast, just playing games really good. And I think that's like the most impressive thing for me, of just like that much they've raised that much money for all these different charities from across all these different marathons that they've put together and that they've expanded over the course of these last few years. And they just find ways of keep bringing the money in. People will come in, do their donations. So yeah, good on GDQ for continuing it. I've caught runs as I could over the last week or so. I do want to go back and watch a few of them that I know I missed out on, especially some that I was just asleep for. I know I was asleep for the Halo 2 run that started the marathon. That was at the start of the marathon. So I want to recheck that. And I want to like sit down and properly watch the Halo 3 one. And properly watch the Balatro one, because I was like mostly paying attention to it, but I want to really sit down and watch it and maybe learn how to play Balatro better.
I was kind of partially watching Balatro, and I didn't have enough of a grasp on the game to begin with, even though I've played a little bit, so yeah.
The basic concept, the basic thing you need to understand when watching Balatro is like, okay, they're trying to make one poker hand really good. Does it need to be the best poker hand you know about? No, because we're cheating. It is poker, except we're cheating. We're cheating a whole lot. We're doing everything in our power to make a 2-pair worth more than a royal straight flush. I actually want to run with a deck this past week. But yeah, there's that.
I also want to go back and watch the side order run.
Yeah, that was the day one. I want to do that. I want to sit down and properly watch Astral Chain, not Astral Train.
Completely different game.
Yes.
That one's a game about trains in space. Sorry, couldn't resist.
I did watch in full the Star Wars Force Unleashed one. I didn't realize that you could shenanigery your way from the first level of the game to the last level of the game because of accessing a mission select that you should not have access to, and literally your only option is the last mission. I did see Destructoid had an article about the Ninja Gaiden run. Apparently the game was uncooperative by the end. Because it was a low percent, I believe. Yes. I saw a bit of the Mass Effect 2 run. I want to watch more of that. I especially want to watch the Man Who Erased His Name run, the Like a Dragon Gaiden, or the Like a Dragon spinoff one. I caught some of the Destiny solo raid, but I didn't get to catch all of it. I'm just kind of scrolling through, just talking about the ones I've seen. I caught most of the Mario Kart DS one, and it was Mario Kart shenanigans at its finest. Is the best way to put it. I unfortunately missed all of the Tetris Grandmaster one because I was getting food ordered and picking it up at the moment, so I have to go back and watch that. I do want to watch Dog Plays Baseball in full.
Yeah, I do want to watch Dog Plays Baseball. Because he's bestest dog.
I saw some of the Final Mix run, but I was not like fully paying attention to it. I need to sit down and watch it because it was.
I usually get burnt out on Final Mix run, truthfully.
Fair, because it's
so
2.5 hour run.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's kind of like a Pokemon run. I enjoyed the highlights of one, but I don't really find myself invested all the way.
Yeah, because there is like downtime, especially in the Kingdom Hearts run, because it's like, oh, we beat the boss, and now we're just kind of like traversing about doing like regular enemy required fights and stuff, and then oh look, boss time! Here's the fancy boss strats. That's why data fights I think is a far more enjoyable run to watch, because it's just boss fight, boss fight, boss fight, boss fight, boss fight. Here's the 13 hardest boss fights in the game, just back to back to back to back to back, and all the fancy ways we beat the shit out of them. I should watch the Fire Emblem one just because I like Fire Emblem. And Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2, because why not, I guess? I'm curious what the speedrun of that looks like. And apparently the character that won was Garfield. Because that is the thing you can see on the schedule. The new schedule they made in the last like year is amazing. This is amazing and wonderful. Whoever made this, you deserve like a good raise. Yes, a raise. Assuming you didn't do it for free. Even then, you deserve to be paid for this, because damn, this is like way better than what they had before. I got some of the swordless Links of the Past. And I did catch some of Twilight Princess co-op. I want want to sit down and watch the Kaiser relay race properly. I kind of want to sit down and watch Guns of the Patriots. Funny enough, Metal Gear Solid came up in the Soda Pop Discord today because people were talking about Metal Gear. They got me like, oh, I should probably watch the Guns of the Patriots run just to see how that looks. Like, the bits I saw already were like some shenanigans of you being in cutscenes you're not supposed to be in cutscenes for because of positioning. I believe you can put yourself in a cutscene where like a tank runs through a wall, and if you're out of position, the tank does run you over and kill you. And because it's a cutscene, you can't move, so you're dead. Oh, Penny's Big Breakaway. I need to watch that in full. I saw some of it today.
I saw some of it too, and it kind of interested me.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of want to go back and watch that one because that may or may not decide to make me spend the money on the Humble Bundle.
Yeah, that's in the Humble Bundle, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
I know I looked at it, but I know that the Nickelodeon game. Oh, those two, Morrowind, Arzetti, the CDI Zelda inspired game, Dishonored, Hyperbolic, which I know that run was today, wasn't it?
Probably.
I think that is clicking in my head. I'm just like, I feel like I saw that a little bit.
Because in all seriousness, most of the games in the Humble Bundle this time around, I was like, meh.
Mm-hmm.
But then after seeing a little bit of Penny's Big Breakaway earlier today, I was like, ooh, yeah, I might actually be interested in it, even if it's just for a couple of games.
Movement tech? Movement tech? That's how you win anyone who's looking for, who's like, can be interested in a game. It's just like, show them a speedrun with really cool movement tech.
That's kind of what got me into Odyssey.
Mm-hmm. And they were using like,
when the movement feels good, then you want to speedrun it, even though you know you're not going to be top tier.
I know I heard them doing some Odyssey comparisons to how the movement tech works in that game. I was like, essentially, there's a move you do that's similar to how you like throw Cappy and like go to Cappy, except you're not likely to miss Cappy because there's a string attached to you and the thing that is Cappy in this equation. So you're not, going to like throw him and then jump 5 million miles to the right. I need to watch Pizza Tower in full because I've seen some of Ty speedrunning that, and I want to see a run of that. I did sit down and watch the 64 randomizer 10-star blindfolded. I didn't realize that a part of the run is literally, you need to go memorize where all the stars are that you're going to go collect, and then blindfold yourself, and then attempt to do the run. And you're on the clock the whole time. There is no prep time here. Prep time is on the clock. That is a part of the run.
Which I kind of like that, actually.
I didn't realize that when he started. I'm just like, oh, you are incentivized to hurry the fuck up. And I'm like, oh, that puts so much more pressure on here. Because it's like, oh yeah, I have to figure out fast what 10 stars I can get blindfolded. And then do it. And I don't get to re-look afterwards. I have to do it and go. I did want to watch the Mario Maker 2 troll. That was happening while we were streaming, so I got to like look up and see a little bit of it happen every now and again, but otherwise we were busy, so. Thankfully, we'll be done in time to watch the RPG remake, because I would like to watch that. I don't know how different it is from like standard RPG remake, or not standard RPG remake, standard RPG. In all honesty, because you have the team up attacks and stuff, so I don't know how that like changes like what you're doing damage wise and stuff. Because I think for regular RPG, you're really relying on the the multi-jump that Mario has for your damage output. So I don't know if if the team up attacks can like lessen the need for that move because you have another option for damage. But yeah, that's Summer Games Done Quick. It is all on their YouTube, Games Done Quick. It is on their Twitch, Games Done Quick as well. Go check them out and stuff. Anything else before we hit releases?
No.
All right, then. Releases! We'll kick off July 7th with Editor's Hell newspaper story for the Switch. I'll give you credit. That's a neat name. I have no idea what this is. I can't wait for it to be some mobile garbage.
It's some mobile point and click garbage, I'm sure.
It's on Steam, half off.
Yep. I stand by what I said to begin with.
Are you running a newspaper outlet essentially?
Probably.
It's what it looks like from these screenshots.
Yep,
oh, you're basically running a newspaper.
Point and click. Yep.
You're running a newspaper outlet. All right. All right. What else do we have? There's not a whole lot. July 11th, Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown Deluxe Edition for Switch. Bleach Brave Souls for Switch. Mew Live and Mew Live Alternative Remastered Double Pack for Switch. Wii Jam for Switch. Shy Dog Hidden Orchestra or Shy Dog's Hidden Orchestra for Switch. It is a wasteland here, folks. Darkest Dungeon 2 and the Binding Blade DLC for Xbox One Series X, PlayStation 4, 5, and Switch. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, the Skybreaker DLC for Series X and PlayStation 5. Deliver Us the Moon for Switch. Nobody Wants to Die for Series X and PlayStation 5 coming out on the 17th. Oh, here's a good one. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate for the Switch. So this is it's another beat 'em up, but this is more like a top down. I believe it's a top down beat 'em up. Instead of like the 2D beat 'em up that we got before. But this it's roguelike. It actually looks pretty decent, all things considered. I know I saw a trailer like a couple months back on this. Hopefully it's good. Let's see. On the 18th, Nintendo World Championships NES Edition for Switch. Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn for Series X and PlayStation 5. I think that's the game some people are interested in. The Oregon Trail Deluxe Edition for PlayStation 5 and Switch. Agatha Christie ABC Murders for Series X and PlayStation 5 coming out on the 19th. And Kinitsugami Path of the Goddess for Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. That's that new game from Capcom that looked like an action game, but it's a tactical game. It has a demo out right now for those who are interested in it. I might grab the demo and see how it is. But yeah, that's all our releases. Anything else?
No.
Tommy?
I said no. I mean,
oh, okay.
Discord didn't catch.
Of course not. Thanks, Discord. All right. Then I'll do it. Between now and then, or in 2 weeks, we'll be back with the usual talk of video game stuff. But between now and then, tomorrow, it's something.
I have no idea.
We will find out tomorrow. Next Thursday, I'll pick back up Chrono Trigger and we'll keep going with that. Next Friday will be something.
I'm almost leaning towards if we don't do it tomorrow, Friday might be a KH2 rando, where we try some of the new stuff.
All right. And then next Saturday, we're ending off our Gridman trilogy by looking at Gridman Universe, the movie. So if you like what you're seeing, folks, drop a follow. Really appreciate it. Chipping away at that Philly goal at TGS Network on Mastodon.social and at TGS on Twitter. We give you updates on life. Exclamation point, Discord, chat. Kiss, like, drop by, say hi. See you tomorrow, folks.